Hey, I'm Meghann Scully, and this is the Limerick Post Show. Coming up in today's show, the big interview is with singer-songwriter Aidan Coyne. First up, though, the top stories in Limerick, and our very own Emma Langford received the inaugural Dolores O'Riordan bursary. Next up, the JP McManus All-Ireland Scholarship Awards took place in UL on Saturday, and Ireland's outgoing head coach Joe Schmidt was there to present some awards. First up, though, we head along to St. Clement's College, where the Redemptor's Christmas hamper appeal was taking place, and we spoke to Father Seamus Enright all about the appeal. So we're here in St. Clement's School. I'm here with Father Seamus Enright, and we've got a very special launch going on. Can you tell us all about it?
Yeah, we're just about to launch our annual Christmas hamper appeal. This has been going on since 1972, and the hope is that between now and Christmas we'll raise the best part of €250,000, and that we'll use that to working with the Vincent de Paul Society and 30 plus other organisations across the city and the county, that we'll distribute 6,000 hampers to needy families and individuals.
600 hampers, that is quite
6,000.
a lot. 6,000 hampers?
6,000 hampers, yeah.
So that means there's that many families that need them?
Oh yeah. I mean, I don't know if you've seen this morning, but the Trinity College have just published a report on poverty in Ireland, and on every indication Limerick City comes out worse. So there's extensive poverty in the city, and then there's a lot of hidden poverty in the county. I think a lot of the poverty in the county now has to do with the collapse of community, the collapse of neighbourliness. Everybody's very busy, we've become very isolated and individualistic, and we don't keep an eye out for each other maybe the way we used to in the past.
So what could we do then maybe to get involved and to help out?
I suppose mostly I'd like people to send me donations, because we'll take food, of course, and if people want to send food, toys, but they need to be new toys or toiletries, so they can leave them into the Redemptor's Monastery. But this year, O'Sullivan's pharmacies are partnering with us, and people can make cash donations in any one of the O'Sullivan's pharmacies around the place.
That's absolutely incredible, and it must be so wonderful as well to see such support from people.
Oh, it's fabulous, because last year, as I say, we raised the best part of €250,000 in 6 weeks, which is no mean achievement. We have a big team of people who'll pack the hampers, mostly staff from Northern Trust and Grant Thornton and boys from St. Clement's. So they'll pack the hampers, big job packing 6,000 hampers. We've ordered, there's always the risk in it, we've ordered the food, so we've committed to spending nearly €200,000 on food, and the money isn't there yet, but it's coming.
It's going to come, no doubt. The people of Limerick will get behind you. Father Seamus, thank you so much for chatting to Limerick Post Show.
Thank you very much indeed for having me.
Now to our Out and About section, we headed over to Narrative 4, where there was an event taking place. First up, though, we went over to Limerick City Council to chat to Mo Foley-Walsh all about the Not Around Us campaign. And I'm now joined by Mo Foley-Walsh of Healthy Limerick, and there's some initiative that I've been dying to speak about, and it's called Not Around Us. Can you tell us what exactly it is?
Hello, Meghann. Yes, Not Around Us is an initiative that came about with a group of different agencies in Limerick and nationally coming together to look at something that could be done at community level that would support Tobacco-Free Ireland, which is the national policy. You kind of know what it's about when it says Tobacco-Free Ireland. So how can we best support Tobacco-Free Ireland beyond just saying don't smoke? Because there's no legislation, there's no policy. How would you even enforce that? So it was to try and come up with an innovative, different way of bringing on board partners who wouldn't normally be involved in health as we usually understand it, and come up with some way of helping bring us closer to a Tobacco-Free Ireland. So chatting to different people, the idea came up of Not Around Us. And I think it's really important and very exciting to be able to say, from the word go, young people were involved in this. Brilliant. So when you hear the phrase Not Around Us, it's young people and children speaking. It's their voice.
I think that's so great, because I found recently I was at an event in the city centre where there was streets were closed off, and there was like hundreds, probably thousands of people gathered. And the one thing I was baffled by was the amount of people who were just standing there smoking freely, walking, smoking, with so many crowded people, and then so many children. There were so many children, and I just couldn't get over the amount of people that were just smoking away, and there was so much passive smoke in the air, and I just thought something has to be done about this, and that's when I found out about Not Around Us. So I guess, what do you think we can do as a city to maybe implement this?
Yeah, and you've raised a good point. This is going on and you didn't know about it. Yeah. And that's why I suppose I agreed to this interview, was the most important element of Not Around Us is communications. Communications. And I'm saying straight out, this is not about telling anyone stop smoking. Yeah. It's not about judging anyone who smokes. There needs to be a recognition. The HSE are heavy partners and big partners in this. There is a strong recognition. We're talking about an addiction. Yeah. Cigarettes are designed to be addictive. Mm. And the whole way they're marketed, be it the vaping or regular cigarettes, is designed to hook us in and usually hook young people in. Yeah. So there needs to be a certain compassion and understanding that it's really hard to quit. Yeah. And to just say stop smoking isn't maybe fair. So what this is saying is, look, smoke if you want, just not around us. So it is, there's that piece I need to say before I answer your other part of your question. So Not Around Us then has 4 functions, if you like, or 4 aims. Firstly, it's about protecting children and young people from second-hand smoke. Yeah. The second thing is about denormalising smoking. If kids see smoking or smoking activity, it's making it normal. If we can just remove it from the sight of young people, they're less likely to take it up. The third thing is it's signposting to quit services. Really important. So you see here, Mike, the quit logo behind, and on the signage that has been developed for Not Around Us, the national quit line number is included. It's 1-800 201 203. And that's really important, to be signposting people to evidence-informed help. And the help is there. Like that quit line is amazing. And the services that are available through the HSE quit line is amazing. The fourth thing, because we are now in City Hall here, we're the City and County Council headquarters, smoking isn't really a priority of local authorities, but litter is. Yeah. 50% of all litter items are discarded tobacco products. So then you suddenly get other people interested. So this is about reducing the nuisance and the cost of cleaning up. That's a lot. And I would have spoken to people in Tidy Towns groups, and I remember one woman saying, oh my goodness, now I go around with a container to get my butt because I know how horrible it is picking up cigarette butts of others.
And what do you bring to the community?
So our program is a youth mental health program where it builds empathy and connection with young people using stories. Our program is called the Story Exchange, where we get young people to explore their own identities and come up with a story on their life, and they share that story with somebody else, and they take on another young person's story. And what that does is it breaks down barriers between people. It facilitates them understanding other people and other people's experiences, and them to have empathy and build peer support.
Hey, Meghann Scully, and this is the Limerick Post Show, and joining me in Sexton's, it's Aidan Coyne. How are you getting on?
Good now, yeah.
Now, you didn't have very far to travel. You're a Clare man, you're from Ennis.
I am, just only down the road.
And tell me about the music background. Where did it all begin?
Well, it started with my family. My dad's an uilleann piper, and my granddad was in the Liverpool Ceilidh band, so I grew up in a household full of musicians. From there, I just picked up the guitar at about age 14, and since then I've been playing.
Are you the kind of house now that you'll all be sitting around and you'll just break into a massive session?
That's the way it has been, yeah. We'll see how Christmas goes.
So obviously Clare is so well known for music. I know they've had a main flat there a couple of years ago. There was a Munster flat, and then of course Willie Clancy. So it must be a great place to be a musician.
When you grow up in Ennis, you got just the best, best trad musicians in the world, just free every night of the week in any pub. So growing up in that environment, obviously you'd pick up a lot. So.
Now talk to me about the new album. Tell me all about it.
Yeah, it's my second album. It's my first album was called If We Only Knew, and that was much more traditional based, which is my bread and butter. I've been playing trad now in a band called Socks in the Frying Pan for the last 11 years. This is a venture I've wanted to do now into the more singer-songwriter world, much more folk based, and so it's exciting for me. Something I've really put my heart and soul into, and the finished product I'm delighted with. So.
Yeah. Now tell me about your inspirations then, because obviously you would have grown up in a very musical house then, but then you're bringing out your own folk music.
Yeah, well, with the trad side of things, you have the likes of John Doyle playing guitar and singing, and on the folk side of things, I was always a big Jeff Buckley fan. So.
Oh, interesting. Really, really cool. Now, tell me about the new song. It's out now, isn't it?
Yeah, I've had the second single out. The first one was Chance and Gamble, and the second one, which was just out last month, is called Honey Wine.
Tell me about Honey Wine, because it's a very interesting name.
Yeah, Honey Wine. Well, a lot of people have these deep songs about this and that. It's just about the best time spent with the best friends, and Honey Wine basically having Buckfast around the West Clare. So.
Oh my God, that's amazing. So obviously I'm from Galway, and like the Buckfast tradition is very strong in Galway. Really, that's really cool to think you have a song written about probably one of the most very popular drinks around.
Yeah, I don't know if I should be saying that. It's very deep. I mean, it's very deep. Yeah.
Very emotional. A lot of now I have to say sometimes Buckfast can be quite emotional.
There you go. Yeah. Let's not get into that. Yeah.
So tell me, what's the plan now for the next couple of weeks and early 2020?
Yeah, well, I'm just after coming back from Denmark, Holland and France over the last 3.5 weeks. I've done a week tour in Ireland. I have another gig coming up on the 28th with Emma Langford in Tipperary. So she was doing a lot of the backing singing on the album. So I got some great musicians in. Then January, February, I'm over in New York down to playing some showcases over there and down to New Orleans.
Wow.
And then I'm off to Wisconsin where my girlfriend is, but I'm planning a whole tour around the Midwest. So.
Oh my God, like touring around America, must be, like you've done it before already, haven't you?
Yeah, this is a 6th year over. We spend usually about 5 to 6 months on the road. So yeah, we've got to, I think it's 47 of the 50 states now, so getting there.
Oh my God. So when you're, say, on the road, do you have kind of camper van style, or what way do you do it?
No, it's a lot of hotels. It's just we get to see a lot of motorway and hotels. So yeah, it's a lot of travel, but it's something I've always wanted to do, and now it's going to be going into the 7th year of touring now. So
now you've been to pretty much all the states in America, so I have to ask this question: which one is your favourite one, and if you were to recommend a place to go, which would it be?
Well, my favourite city so far was probably San Diego. That was spectacular. Just everything about it. I just loved it. There was good food down there. There was good music. There was good weather. The whole shebang. Yeah.
Oh, unbelievable! I've never actually gotten to San Diego, but I do love California as a whole, and I just think LA and everything's amazing. Do tell me, so what song you're going to perform for us?
I'll play Chance and Gamble, which was my first single. So.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, and then of course we'll have to tease a bit of the Honey Wine as well afterwards, and let people hear a bit about the Buckfast song. I think that's so cool. Aidan, thank you so much for chatting to the Limerick Post show. And before we go, tell me, what is your social media handles?
Aidan Coyne, AODANCOYNE. You can go to my website, aidancoyne.com, Facebook, Instagram, all of that good stuff. Yeah.
Absolutely perfect. And also, I just have to note that this is your first interview on a toilet.
It is the first interview on a toilet. No comment.
Aidan, thank you so much, and we'll let you take it away. Cheers.
Myself here again. Have I moved on? It all gone round in circles. It's hard to say, but something tells me this time's different. I heard you singing in the distance, singing in the distance. Another year to mend, to tear the shaken plans again together. Tie a knot you hope, tearing of life won't weather. You're singing songs that make things better, oh, make things better. And see that line again of how I live and how I love, or like they're all the master plan. You rule my mind because I'm lonely, because I'm lonely. Now it's to break open. I'm finding things too tough to mold to liking. No, the words don't come if I'm mixing up the letters. You're writing lines that blend together, oh, blend together. And though I can see the end, the starting point, it's close enough for striking. And I fight when I'm reminded that falling's part of surviving. Falling's part of surviving. And see that line again of how I live and how I love. All that thereof a master plan. You're in my mind because I'm lonely. See that line again of how I live and how I love. All that thereof a master plan. You're in my mind because I'm lonely. Because I'm lonely. Because I'm lonely. There's things you chance and gamble, things you risk in life a dream. I know it's not as easy as it seems. No, no, I'll take the chance and gamble. I'll take risks in life a dream. I know it's not as easy as it seems. But say that line again of how I live and how I love. All lack thereof a master plan. You're in my mind because I'm lonely. Say that line again of how I live and how I love. All that thereof a master plan. You're in my mind because I'm lonely. Say that line again. Say that line again. Say that line again. Oh yeah.
Nice one.
Yeah.
For these stories and so much more, head over to limerickpost.ie/show. I'm Meghann Scully. This is the Limerick Post Show, keeping Limerick posted.